CBS Sports presents NASCAR. Today, from the Daytona International Speedway, it's the two Daytona 500 qualifying races to set the field for the second annual Daytona 500. It's the first event in the 12th season of NASCAR Grand National competition. I'm Matthew Merlino. Today we get set to watch two 10-lap qualifying races here from Daytona, each with about 25 cars, 21 of which from each will make it into the Daytona 500 that you will see this Sunday on CBS. So, without further ado, let us go to the command for the first qualifying race.
Is this on? Drivers, start your engines.
And so with that, the field comes to life as we've already got trouble. That number 52 car, that is Sal Tavella, is in trouble. He might not make even a lap in the field. But right now, let us take a look at your top five in the starting grid as they roll through turns 3 and 4. Wayne Gherkin sits on the pole in his number 63, that red car, with a 53.102 lap. Alongside him in the 28 is Fred Lorenzen with a 53.175. The 36 of Tommy Irwin is starting in third position. Emmanuel Zervakis starting fourth in the 85. Richard Petty in that blue number 43 starts in fifth position, and sixth is G.C. Spencer in the 34. But here we go. 10 laps. Top 21 make it in. The winner sits on pole for the Daytona 500. We are green in a new Grand National season. Already Gherkin with the lead as they head into turn 1. Down on the inside, that is Tommy Irwin in that 36, and watch out for that teal blue number 43 making a move on the inside. That is Richard Petty. He's always a threat here at Daytona. And as they go down the backstretch for the first time, it is the number 63 Whitey Gherkin who leads this field into turn number 3. Behind him, the 36, Tommy Irwin, and the 28, Fred Lorenzen. They are side by side, and they are side by side basically throughout the entire field as they complete lap 1 here, as Irwin comes to the inside of Gherkin to complete lap 1 and to try and take the lead. He won't lead the first lap, although it doesn't really matter. This is not for points here today at Daytona. This is just to set your starting position in the Daytona 500, the first points-paying race of the season. But Tommy Irwin, the number 36 on the inside with help from Richard Petty, and the number 6 of Cotton Owens, as Petty comes to the inside with Owens helping him. And Petty is going to easily take the lead. It might be trouble for that 36. It looks like he is holding that top lane up a lot. 36 Tommy Irwin, he might have just ruined the guys in the top lane and their chances at getting the win in this race. But right now, with Junior Johnson and I believe the number 98 Marvin Panch behind them, it is Richard Petty leading, Cotton Owens in second. And behind those two battling for third, the 41 Gene White and the 66, it looks like, of Dick Foley. But here comes Cotton Owens to the inside, down the back straightaway. And off turn number 4, it looks like it's going to be Owens to lead this lap, as the 98 Marvin Panch comes to his inside with help from that 66 car that we mentioned earlier. That is Dick Foley. And this is the first time these new 1960 Grand National cars have been running in competition. Replace the old 50s cars that have been running since the inaugural year of the series back in 1949. It's the 12th year of NASCAR Grand National Competition. And so the 66 Dick Foley comes to the inside and will take the lead as they come to the halfway point of the race. Joe Lee Johnson in the number 77 now comes to the inside. The 39, Herb Tillman, behind him. And behind Tillman, the 44, Bill Lutz. So that's your inside lane. Of course, it stretches back way further than that, as you can see. But here comes Tillman in the 39 to the inside with help from Bill Lutz. And it looks like so far the inside lane, as we predicted, would be the strong lane, and is the strong lane so far in this first qualifying race. We'll see how it is in the second qualifying race that you'll see immediately after the checkered flag in this one. As Lutz comes to the inside with help from the 24, that is Arnold Gardner. We haven't seen him today just yet. But it looks like the lead is becoming a revolving door of sorts. As each lap down the back straightaway, the leader will move up to the outside, and whoever's in second place behind him, as you just saw there, will take the inside lead. Pretty clean race so far, no incidents just yet. Still now coming to 4 laps to go, as here comes the 2, Dave Hirschfield, to the inside with help from the pole sitter Whitey Gherkin, who is caught back up, and the 87 behind him, that is Buck Baker, the 3-time Grand National Champion in that red number 87, just behind Gherkin, who is ready to take back the lead. And so down the back straightaway, side by side between Gherkin and Dave Hirschfield, as Baker and Gherkin, with the shorter and faster line on the inside, will have the lead as they come off of corner number 4. And into the tri-oval, now just 3 laps to go. The 63 and the 87 look to be in control. The 63 at least looks to be in control as the number 1, that's Brownie King, on the inside line. And King will go for the lead on the inside. Looks like he might be helped from the number 34, that is G.C. Spencer. And they're coming up on a lapped car. I can't tell who that lapped car is in that kind of banana yellow car. As here comes Spencer to the lead with 2 laps to go. It'll be interesting to see what happens with this lap car. It's the 52 Saltavella, who had that incident before the start, if you recall correctly. But now the top 3 separated largely. It is Spencer with the 85, Emmanuel Zervakis behind him, and Speedy Thompson in the 94. Here comes Zervakis for the lead. And the 34, Spencer, seeing the 85 and 94 behind him side by side. That's exactly what he wants to see as he comes off of turn number 4 to get the white flag. White flag is out, 2.5 miles and 1 lap to go as they come up on this lap car. I cannot tell what number that is, but it looks like the 34 was screwed up by that lapped car. Zervakis and Thompson get to the lead on the inside. Through turns 1 and 2 for the final time. It looks like it might be a 2-horse race as they come down the back straightaway. A move for third behind them. Can Thompson make a move for first? He'll have to get a good run off this corner right here. Lorenzen is making a move on Spencer for the 3rd position. And so coming off of corner number 4, can the 94 make a move? It does not look like it. The number 85, Emmanuel Zervakis, takes the victory in the first of the 2 qualifying races for the 1960 Daytona 500. And it looks like just one more lap is all Lorenzen might have needed to take the lead and take the win. But he will not get it. The 85, Emmanuel Zervakis, however, will be your pole sitter for the Daytona 500. And we'll catch you for the second qualifying race in just a few moments on CBS. And so, after 10 laps in duel number 1, or qualifying race number 1, it is Emmanuel Zervakis over Speedy Thompson by 0.08 of a second. Fred Lorenzen in third, with Red Farmer in the 88 in fourth. Joe Weatherly is finishing 5th. G.C. Spencer dropped to 6th. Dick Dixon in the number 8 finished 7th. Brownie King finished 8th, with Fireball Roberts 9th, and Richard Petty rounding out the top 10. Tommy Irwin, lost 17 positions en route to a 20th place finish. That's your recap for qualifying race number 1. We'll see you for qualifying race number 2 in just a few moments. We welcome you back to Daytona for the second qualifying race after Emmanuel Zervakis took the pole and the first qualifying race. Let's see who will start on his outside and win the second. Let's go to the command.
Drivers, start your engines!
So the command has been given for the second of our 2 10-lap races. Let's take a look at a quick version of the starting grid. Starting on pole, you see him right now, the number 3 Bobby Johns. Alongside him is the 29 Bob Potter. Behind them, the 47 of Jack Smith and the 30 of Bob Koziski. And the 4 of Rex White starts in 5th. The 52 Sal Tavella transfers over from the first qualifying race. Lee Petty starts in 7th and is number 42. Alongside him, Curtis Turner, 2 legends of the past and the present here in Daytona today. And rounding out the top 10s in the starting grid, Tom Pistone and the 14 of Paul Parks. Here we go for qualifying race number 2 at Daytona. 10 more laps to decide who gets the outside pole for the Daytona 500 Sunday. Green flag is out. Bobby Johns leads us to green. And already Johns with a great start. The 47 of Jack Smith. And the guy who started on outside pole, the 29 Bob Potter. They're going to run side by side for second position, as Johns takes and keeps the lead down the back straightaway. Here's Rex White trying to make a move in that number 4. But so far it is Bobby Johns all the way. And off corner number 4, it is still Bobby Johns who has the lead, and he will lead the opening lap of his season here in the second qualifying race at Daytona. Into turn number 1 and 2. Jack Smith and the 29. That's Bob Potter, but here comes Smith on the inside. He's trying to make a move. The 4, Rex White behind him trying to help, along with Lee Petty in that blue number 42. Same color as his son Richard had in the first qualifying race. Down into the tri-oval, it is still Bobby Johns. Nobody with a challenge. Rex White in the number 4 comes to the inside of Jack Smith. And look at that, Tom Pistone in that magenta and yellow number 59 on the inside as Rex White moves up to close behind the 3 car. It's 3 and 4 out front in this second qualifying race here on lap number 3. But can the 4 make a move? So far, it's been the Bobby Johns show. Let's see if Rex White can take over. Lap number 4 begins. And the 42 and 47 side by side for third position. But up front, the race is for the second position, the second starting position in the Daytona 500. Here they go into turn number 3. Coming to the halfway lap. The 4 right on his bumper. Can he make a move to the inside off corner number 4? No, he cannot. And here's Petty with Jack Smith to the inside. Almost got clobbered on the bumper. And here comes Petty to the inside for second. Lee Petty, the champion of 1958. And the champion last year, the 2-time Grand National champion, falling back. And falling back greatly because he's in that middle with almost no help. He finally gets some. Here's the 4, Rex White, to try and take the lead, coming to 5 to go. And 5 to go at the end of lap number 5. It was the 3 by just 1/100th of a second, maybe less. But I think after this lap it'll be Rex White with help from Bob Potter. And the entire inside lane. Off corner number 2. No, he does not clear the 3. Bobby Johns with a very fast car. So fast he can even keep up on the outside lane. That is incredible. We weren't seeing that in the first race. We are seeing that today, or in this one. Off turn number 4. And coming down, it'll be 4 laps to go this time. First time of the race, it's a new leader, Rex White in the number 4. And they're going to run 3 wide as the 29, that red 29. Bob Potter takes the lead. Mayhem, and they might wreck. The 32, George Green to the inside now. And now we've got some competition. Green, he's going to get there. He's going to come to the inside. Off corner number 4. They're 3 wide for 4 rows. 3 to go at the line. George Green is the leader. And the winner of this race, as we've said before, will start second in the Daytona 500. That's the outside pole position. Here they come, running 3 wide for the lead on the inside. It's the 15, Johnny Sudrith, with help from that white and red number 7, Jim Reed. 3 almost identical red cars out front for the lead, but it looks like one red car, the number 29, Bob Potter, is the most successful one, at least so far. They'll get 2 laps to go once they come to the line this time. This is it, 2 to go, 5 miles, and a last chance for any of the drivers in the pack. Top 2, top 3, maybe even top 4 are single file. Look at Ned Jarrett helping the number 7, Jim Reed. Jarrett in the 11. and into turn number 3. Here's Reed to the inside for second. Look at that 7 car. That's exactly what your leader Bob Potter wants to see. He wants to see those 2 cars in the back fighting, because then they slow down and they can't make a charge at him. White flag, 1 lap and 2.5 miles to decide the winner of this second qualifying race. Right now it looks to be Bob Potter, but as we've seen, so many things can change in the course of a lap at Daytona. Bob Potter off corner number 2, down the back straightaway. He's still got a healthy lead over second, which is now Jim Reed. But here's Rex White on the inside. They're still side by side for second. Potter with a 2-car length lead. That's all he needs. White with a charge. Can he get there in time? No, he cannot. Off corner number 4 and into the tri-oval. Bob Potter wins the second qualifying race for the 1960 Daytona 500. And we're very happy you saw this incredible racing action here on CBS. We hope you enjoyed it. We'll be right here with your race recap and race report. And then we'll say so long from Daytona. Congrats to Bob Potter and Emmanuel Zervakis. We'll see you for the race recap. So here's your race recap. Bob Potter, of course, the winner, an average speed 198.2 miles an hour. Behind him by 0.13 of a second, Rex White, with George Green in third, Jim Reed in fourth, and Bobby Johns, the pole sitter, who led about half of the race, finishing fifth. Johnny Sutter finishing sixth, with Carl Burris a strong 7th place. Ned Jarrett in 8th after falling back at the end. Runt Harris in 9th. And the number 75, John Dodd Jr., finishing 10th. The number 30, Bob Koziski, lost 13 positions en route to a 17th place finish out of the 22 drivers in this second qualifying race. So we'd like to congratulate Bob Potter on his win in the second qualifying race and Emmanuel Zervakis on his win in the first qualifying race. That puts him on pole for this Sunday's Daytona 500. You'll see that here on CBS Sports. For now, this is Matthew Merlino from Daytona. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed our coverage of these 2 Daytona 500 qualifying races, and have a good day.